And today, along with other things, we have RHA T20. This is a T20i from the Apple Store, same as the T20, just has an extra button under control, so it's more compatible with Apple iPhones. I'm sure these sound the same as the T20 because it has the RHA house sound, and I've had the 750 and the 350, and pretty much the same deal. I'm going to break that down real quick here for sound, and let's bring that up. This is the RHA T20, which is right there. Okay, here's the only EQs I did to it. I reduced 4.5 kilohertz by 10 decibels. That's it. The rest, the sound is excellent. Now, when I took it out of the box before I did any burning on it and everything else, I thought it sounded very good. A little bit bright, but after some careful listening and comparing to a lot of other things, like all these premium headphones that I have back here and 50 other headphones, that's what I got, about 10 decibels high at 4.5 kilohertz, so it's a bright one, and that's with the standard default filters. There's extra filters in here. We've got bass filters and treble filters, so you can jack up the treble even more, and supposedly you can jack up the bass more. I don't know if that's going to give a smoother, flatter sound. I have no idea, because I'm not going to try it. It's a lot of work to do these, believe it or not. And anyway, there's a lot of ear tips there, and there's those extra filters, so if you're interested in this earphone, you might be able to tune it up to your liking. And comes in a nice big thick booklet here. Of course, that's multiple languages. Got this at the Apple Store for $250. I think it started out higher. I think they dropped it to $250 because of something. I don't know what. It's worth probably $250 if you can adjust to the sound or do an EQ on it, because the sound with that EQ is actually quite good. Clear, detailed, has what I think is a proper bass. Has the right kind of impact and detail and so on. Nice package. I think they've other RHA packages have been pretty much the same deal. And here's the little carry case. This is I think somebody called this deluxe. Well, this is not deluxe. It's not leather. It's not fake leather, pea leather, or any of those things. It's just a really minimal kind of plastic. And here's the earphone. Got a little bit of fabric sewn on the inside, but hardly any. Yeah, I like the cable. It's a rubber cable. It looks almost like a small version of, well, no. But anyway, this cable looks really strong. Unusually so for a IEM earphone. Has the extra connector on it, of course. And that control box does work. It doesn't. Just since I got the Apple version, of course, it does. Pretty sure it does volume up and down also. Yeah, it's got plus and minus. So anyway, the big problem with this T20 is these ear hooks. They're not stiff, but they have enough stiffness in them that they do not stay around my ears very well. You can bend them here, and I don't know how long they'll stay bent like that. It does help. But you really got to get a really good bend, and you got to get them just right. Otherwise, these things don't stay in your ears, because the cable's kind of heavy and stiff. It's going to tend to pull those out of your ears if they're not seated in there perfectly. And like I said, it's the stiffness of these things, and I kind of wish they did it like B&O, and they put a hinge in here so that you could actually bend them closer without having to bend the material or worry about the material springing back on you. I've had other headphones that have headbands that they just relax after a while, and things lose contact with your ears, and you lose the bass and everything else. And I don't know, if I kept these long enough, I might find out whether they're whether they're going to maintain a particular shape to my ear, or whether it's going to be a constant struggle. I just don't know. But anyway, if you can accommodate that sound with that peak in there, and that peak is I want to mention again that that's compared to the sound of 100 and some odd headphones, so it's not me, it's the T20. So it truly is a bright one, and kind of like, in some ways, kind of like that great OPS 1000E back there. My Prima headphone and my AudioQuest Nighthawk are pretty recessed in the treble compared to a lot of headphones, and but this is really the opposite. This is pretty bright, but still an amazingly good sound if you don't mind equalizing it, which you probably will mind. Anyway, I don't know what else to say about this. It's a really nice heavy-duty cable, not much of a carry case. A lot of options here in the packaging, including this unique filtering system where you get the tunable filters for bass and treble. $250, I don't know. Anyway, that's what I paid at the Apple Store. So, thank you very much.